So every year, millions of people get a tax refund. And within a few months, they're right back into the same financial stress. And instead of using their tax refund as financial leverage, they spend it, they reset their stress level, and they repeat the same money cycle all over again. So for today's Wealth and Wisdom conversation, I'm breaking down how to use your tax refund strategically so it actually improves your financial position. So stay locked in throughout this entire episode so you'll know exactly what your refund needs to do before it hits your account. So here's the biggest mistake I see every tax season. People wait until the refund deposit hits and then they decide what makes sense. And that's dangerous because for a lot of people, their tax refund is the largest lump sum of money they'll likely touch all year. And money without a plan doesn't go where it's needed. It goes where it feels good. And that's how we see people say, I'm going to just take a little trip. I'm going to buy this or buy that and I'm going to put the rest up. And before they know it, that opportunity to change their financial position is gone. That's why Zig Ziglar say if you aim at nothing, you'll hit nothing every time. So before your tax refund even hits your account, you should already know the job it's going to do. Not the 5 jobs it's going to do, but that one primary job, because when money has too many assignments, it ends up solving nothing fully. Let me give you an example. If you spread your refund across clothes and bills and eating out and saving a little, you'll feel productive, but your financial position doesn't actually change. But when money has one focused assignment, it creates progress. So let's talk about the real starting point, which is stability first, not comfort. And here's the question I ask people to sit with. If $1,000 or $2,500 inconvenience happens tomorrow, could you take care of it without borrowing, getting a loan, or putting it on a credit card? Whether it's a car repair or a medical bill or a short gap between paychecks. Because if the answer is no, then the refund job isn't shopping, it's not upgrading, it's not trips. It's to create stability. Because without that financial buffer, every inconvenience becomes an emergency, and every emergency goes on a credit card, and every credit card balance increases your monthly stress. And this is how people stay stuck even though they work hard. So if your savings right now is under $1,000, and I'm talking about accessible cash, not money invested, not money locked into a CD, not money in the stock market, but accessible cash, then your refund should be deposited into your high yield savings account so that you are covered and you are protected, so that you have breathing room. And if you're new to that term, a high yield savings account, all it is simply a savings account that pays you more interest than a regular savings account ever could, while keeping your money safe and accessible. And when you build this buffer, it doesn't mean that life suddenly becomes stress-free, because the reality is most people still have bills, they still have debt, they still have responsibilities and people that's dependent on them. But adding this buffer is the first step of the cycle, not the finish line. So start with step 1. Now, if you already have at least $1,000 or $2,500 saved in a high yield savings account and it's accessible, meaning it's not invested, your refund doesn't need to sit. It needs to work, because once stability is in place, the next question that you got to ask yourself is, what consumer debt do I currently have that this refund could reduce or eliminate? And if you have more than one, don't try to touch them all at the same time. Just pick one, because here's what most people don't realize. Your tax refund is not powerful just because it's money. It's powerful because it's a lump sum of money. You see, minimum payment manages the debt, but the lump sum payment actually changes the math. Like when you make minimum payments only, most of your money goes to interest first, not the balance first. That's why it feels like you're paying and you're paying and you're paying, but the number is barely moving. But when you apply 90 to 100% of your refund to that one debt, the balance drops immediately, because you're not chipping away at it with monthly payments only. And some of my clients are applying this same strategy this season, and they added on top of it a second component. They apply their tax refund to one debt, first component, and then they secure a temporary second income through getting a part-time job or by working extra shifts, and committed 100% of that additional income to that same debt. And here's why that works. That lump sum drops the balance fast, and that 100% of the extra income keeps attacking it every single payday. So instead of feeling like their debt is never ending, they actually see movement early and often, because motivation fades, but visible progress keeps people going, and it keeps you motivated to keep going, and it keeps you encouraged to keep going. And this isn't about working hard forever. It's about creating a season of intensity built with financial strategy and financial discipline, so you can create years of financial peace. So stop asking, what do I want to do with my refund? Instead, I want you to ask this: what do I want my money to stop doing to me? Because debt doesn't just take money. It interrupts your peace, and it limits your option, and it keeps you reactive by normalizing staying in survival mode. And using your refund is an opportunity to interrupt that pattern. Now let's clear something up, because most people think that their tax refund is free money, but it's not. Your refund is simply your money that was held throughout the whole year interest-free, which means in many cases you loaned the government your cash, and meanwhile you were paying interest on your own debt, and most people don't even realize that. So it's important to have conversations with your tax preparer so you can get expert advice and ask them, am I over withholding from my paycheck? Should I adjust this moving forward? Because in some cases, Bringing more money home could actually help stabilize your day-to-day life instead of waiting all year for that one lump sum. Now, this may not apply to everyone, but the key here is to move with strategy and intentionality. And here's something else I want to say, because I know many people are just out here trying to stay afloat. And a lot of people are using their tax refund to catch up on bills because you've been carrying the pressure and the financial weight for so long. But we have to look at the pattern, because if your refund is being used every year to cover the same income gaps, then the real issue isn't the refund. The real issue is not having a plan, specifically a financial plan for your money and with your money. And the next issue is likely your monthly cash flow and lack of financial boundaries. Because some people use their tax refund to help adult children, parents, or family members who are struggling. But if that support is required every month, your refund won't fix that, but setting financial boundaries will. And some people use their refund to pay ahead on car payments. But if that payment is too high for your income, your tax refund won't fix that problem because it's coming right back in a few months. And some people use their refund to get ahead on their rent or their mortgage because every month feels tight. But if your housing cost is already taking too much of your income, prepaying it won't fix the issue. It just buys you a few months of relief, but that pattern again is still going to come back. So if you find yourself using your refund to mask cash flow issues, or if your monthly numbers doesn't work, a once a year refund check will not fix the problem. It might keep things quiet temporarily, but it won't change the pattern. So you got to ask yourself the hard questions. After my refund is gone, am I more stable than I was before? Is my debt meaningfully lower? Do I have some level of breathing room? Am I starting to feel more in control? Because if the answer is no, the refund was used, but you didn't leverage it. Because the goal of your tax refund is not to stretch it. The goal is to change your financial position. That's how you leverage it. And you shouldn't feel like you're right back where you started. So if your stress level or your borrowing habits or your financial breathing room didn't change, then the refund didn't position you. All it did was just pass right through your hands. And to my entrepreneurs, my realtors, my business owners, take this opportunity to use your tax refund to fund your individual retirement account, so you're not forgetting about the older woman or the older man inside of you that one day can eat off of the harvest you sowed seeds for now. So have a plan with your tax refund. Sit with your numbers and tell your money where to go, because otherwise it's going to tell you where to go. And money without direction or a plan will always lead you back to having and being under a lot of financial stress. Hey family, I hope you enjoyed today's Wealth and Wisdom conversation. Make sure you share this with as many people as you know. Always remember, your mindset is the key to unlocking your financial freedom. It's time to leave behind what's comfortable for what's possible. All we have is now, so start now. See y'all next week.